The Rabbit Hole Show. Show.
Rude. Hello and welcome to the Rabbit Hole Show.
Yeah.
A show that we do. See, we don't need to change it. Beautiful titles.
Again, misread that.
I
don't 100% misread it.
Beautiful
Thank you.
I did the same.
No, I agree. The titles and the titties are beautiful, but I want them to be like next level.
I take it we're the titties.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yes. Well, welcome to the Rabbit Hole Show. I am joined by everyone.
Yay!
Huh?
It's warm already, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's warm already. I
You wait
regret
till
the
later.
thick, long sleeve black T-shirt. That's what I regret. But here we go. Here we are. Obviously, on my far right, I'm joined by one Charles Dickens. What's your surname? Cooper.
Well, you could have been worse. You could have called me Helen.
Wow.
I should have called you.
Oh, Helen.
That was a very weird moment
Actually,
in the Discord.
yeah,
That
I-
was
hilarious.
Because
Can
that's
someone-
my mum's name.
Oh, is it? That's my boss's name.
Can someone explain the Helen thing to me? Like why you're now called Helen?
Oh, God. So, essentially,
Hang on,
was...
wait. Is this going to be a long story?
No, I'll
Okay.
keep it as short as possible. I was sent a joke chainmail thing of, it was this thing saying, oh, Happy New Year to all my
Right.
friends.
Oh,
Most
yes.
people
I
put
remember.
towards a generic thing that you've been the best gymnastic group I could ever ask for right 2018. Kind regards, Helen. I thought, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm sending that to the Discord. So, I think it was Hannah asked if I would change my name to Helen. I went, yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I did in Discord. And now, if you join the Discord, if you're watching from new, if you will see man briefly known as Helen, that's me.
To my far right, I have Christian Leshum.
Am I
Far,
the
far,
no,
right?
you're not.
He's the far right.
No, he's my far right.
Oh, okay. I understand.
So I'm just far right?
Yeah, even though you're
say that.
practically inside me. You're
So very not.
Hello, everybody. We're done.
And to the one who's apparently problematic politically, it's Richard Hill.
Hello.
Oh, I'm really glad you didn't stick that a little bit further than your hand. Fucking hell.
So
Let's
this
leave
is the
that.
Rabbit Hole Show. It
Good
doesn't
night.
really have a proper intro because we do it once every
Meh.
8 years and we're doing a different thing every
84
time.
years.
So there's no real intro. But this is the Rabbit Hole Show. If you like what you're doing and what you're doing is watching us, you can follow us on Twitter at rabbithole_UK. You can subscribe to us on YouTube where you can see us anytime that you wish. Follow us on Twitch on Rabbit Hole Media. And you can subscribe and follow on multiple different... No. And you can join the Discord for the chaos and carnage that is our conversation.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Thank you.
And now you can follow us on Instagram at rabbitholemedia_UK and on TikTok at Rabbit Hole Media for all the behind the scenes tits and bits. If you would like to support us, head to merch.rabbitholemedia.co.uk for a wide range of merchandise that will only get wider. And finally, if you're watching us live on Twitch and are an Amazon Prime member, you get one free Twitch Prime membership a month. Please find it within your hearts to give that membership to us. It doesn't cost you a penny and could potentially in the future go a long way to giving us better seating for 4.
We'd need another room, I think.
Exactly, so I said potentially in the future.
Another room, a bigger table,
And an aircon unit.
and an aircon.
And a silent aircon unit. That would be nice. That would be nice. We
like
can dream.
I like Hannah's thing of the more of them in the room, the more it seems that they're all drunk.
You wait till I do the Rabbit Hole Show where I give them all a cocktail making lesson.
Okay, I wondered where that was going.
I'm glad you ended the tail making lesson.
Give them all the cock.
You didn't have to say it. It worked without you saying it.
It was funnier when it was implied. Oh dear. Charlie Cooper ruining my jokes since 2021.
Shut up, Helen.
Exactly. Anyway, today we're going to go through the best things of the year. The best movies, the best TV show, and the best video games. Video games, all the different things from everyone here, and also some of you in the chat.
Yeah.
Friends.
Yay.
Charlie, it's the implication. Exactly.
I just wanted to
In
say
capitals.
Deary me. Deary me. Anyway, let's
Anyway,
begin,
indeed.
shall we? Because we're probably in for the long haul on this one. So, Charlie, let's get the obvious out of the way. What was your favourite movie this year?
The Matrix or no? I didn't even see it. Obviously, Spider-Man: No Way Home. I think we all knew that was going to happen. For I'm guessing all of us, maybe not, but most
Not
of
all
us.
of us. Not all of us. So there's 3 out of 4 of us are correct. And I'm the outlier. No, I'm not the outlier.
Hey, look, Clifford the big red dog was great. Shut your fucking face.
No, obviously it's Spider-Man for me as well.
Yeah, I also picked Spider-Man, but we'll get into reasons why. But for me, the reason I'm saying Spider-Man is just that it was the only film this year that gave that amount a level of euphoria and excitement. It was such a big talking point throughout the year leading up to it coming out as well. Like, we didn't have that level of excitement over any of the other films that were potentially being my list of this was a really good film and could be my film of the year. Didn't give that level of consistent excitement building up to it, and the reaction when watching it and everything that happened within it, which we'll still keep this somewhat spoiler free because I'm aware not everyone in the world would have seen this just yet. Although,
Yeah.
mind you, all the press are just talking spoilers.
This is true.
now, so
Yeah.
but either way,
We'll give everyone a couple of minutes. If anyone hasn't seen No Way Home,
get to fuck.
Go la 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 la.
speak up. If no one says anything, I'm pretty sure everyone here has seen it because now Sammy's seen it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Liam, just in case you're watching later in Oz, obviously we're going to spoil stuff if you haven't seen it, so just in case, mate.
But so yeah, straight in with Spider-Man spoilers then now. The reveals of everyone that was in it.
I will say Katie has not seen it. And I have not talked to her about it to
Maybe don't
avoid
tell me.
spoilers.
Maybe don't say that after I start talking.
I know. I've just realised, but I got a feeling she might not be overly listening at the moment. Anyway, she's probably playing Sims. In all fairness,
I won't go into too much detail, but basically, just to reveal with everything that happened, everyone that was in it, and the way it went, and the way they did everything was incredibly satisfying. So to make it,
she said it's fine.
For that to all be pulled off, and I think Hannah said that.
Sam, it's not me. Trust me.
I think Hannah said that often films like this don't live up to the hype, and it did. So that for me alone, and just the feeling around it alone, is the reason why that takes my top spot that's for me my favourite film of the year.
For me, everything you said, plus give Willem Dafoe an Oscar right fucking now. Like, oh my god.
I think it was. I don't quite see personally the hype of Willem Dafoe specifically
I don't.
in this
Really?
movie.
I
No,
thought
not
he was
really.
I thought he was
Fantastic.
perfectly fine, but
I
there
think he's
wasn't
probably
much to it.
Like
It's
the 4th best performance in this movie.
Okay. No, for me, he was up there as not the top, but one of the top. I loved his portrayal of Goblin. Always have done. I just love.
portrayal of Goblin's great. But
He is great. He's perfectly
I would
enjoyable
argue
and-
that not the top, but one of the top is still 4th. Would be that.
still
would
very
still
good.
be
True.
Not the top, but one of the top.
yeah.
And also, I think I agree with Jack in the sense of. I don't think he is the best performance in this movie. That doesn't mean it's not bad. That doesn't mean it's a bad
Yeah,
performance.
yeah.
No,
Agreed.
I don't think
Not at all,
anyone
yeah,
gives
yeah.
a bad
No, there weren't
performance
any
in
bad
this
ones.
movie. No.
I mean, Alfred Molina was absolutely fantastic. So,
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I think everyone was great, other than the ones who didn't even bother to show up,
Yes.
being the Lizard and Sandman. But
yes. That shot at the end where
There's multiple shots
where
like
you
this. But yes.
yeah, well, you know what I'm going to say. Yeah, well, I think it was where they've lifted
it's
from Spider-Man 3.
yeah, it's reused footage. Yeah,
Yeah, there's some stuff with Lizard which is the same as reloose footage from Amazing Spider-Man.
So that's the deal, is it? So is Sandman not
So I think it was the original actor doing the voice. But
Yeah.
I don't think he was ever on set.
right?
Did it from another studio somewhere else in the
Okay.
country.
Yeah.
but-
So the shot where he is there, I can't remember the actor's name, is footage.
Thomas Hayden Church.
There you go. Is footage from unused footage from Spider-Man
Right,
3.
okay.
It's
I
like
don't
a
think it's
different-
unused.
I
It might
was
be
a-
a different
it's
take.
a different take.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
different
Okay,
take.
yeah,
So it's not
Fair.
bang on, but
Yeah.
it's close. You can line the two up and you can tell.
Okay.
It's the same
Even the
footage.
face he's pulling, I'm like, that's quite a distinctive
It's the
expression.
hand movements. It's
Yeah,
when he's in
yeah.
the puddle, isn't it?
But,
And
yeah,
he's been,
but
yeah.
if you're doing different takes of the same sequence, they're going to be pretty similar. That's
Course.
generally how film it. They don't just film it once and go, "That was good." No matter, even when
Clint
they get,
Eastwood does.
yeah, we don't talk about him. But even when they get one good shot, they go, "Cool, now do another one," just in case there's an issue with the shot from a technical point of view. So, So yeah, there's loads of that kind of stuff. Because yeah, the Lizard's the same. And obviously they couldn't get the 2 actors back properly. It's clearly what the situation was.
Yeah,
so it was just working with it.
Yeah.
I know I've done that a few times.
I was about to call him Thomas Hayden Christensen.
I've done that a couple of times.
There you
there
go.
you go.
Sammy said there he wasn't able to be on set for quote scheduling issues, but did the voice.
Yeah, it sounds about right. I mean, any movie that's going to have this many actors in it is going to have issues with scheduling.
Yeah.
Like, take the funeral scene from Endgame.
Yep.
Most of them weren't there at the same time, and there's even the scene in Far From Home where Tom Holland and Samuel L. Jackson are talking in his bedroom on holiday, and Sam Jackson was not there.
There's one in the Homecoming as well with Stark and Tom Holland.
Yeah, and Robert Downey Jr. wasn't there.
Yeah, just filmed separately.
Yeah, it's this technology. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know.
I didn't know that until just now.
My favorite thing in that scene is like not only is Sam Jackson not there, he's not holding a gun. He's holding like a pen. And they just put so technology.
Banana.
Holding something.
He's banana.
Yeah.
What was what was your? Because you're
So-
not saying Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm not saying Spider-Man. I think
fine,
it's a
by the
great. Yeah, I think. Well, it's not if you're Jack. We've discussed this at work. I'm wrong. Is basically the line.
Yes, you're wrong, but it's
I
fine.
am wrong, yeah,
but
it's
it's fine
fine.
to be wrong.
Yeah. Again, not
live
according
and
to Jack.
learn.
No, I again, I've because obviously I wasn't on the show with you guys for Spider-Man. I didn't get to see it until last weekend, but I thought it was a very good film. I thought that it was great seeing the characters that we saw and everything. I wish I could have seen it with Katie. I wish we could have done sort of other bits and pieces, but it's just something that. What's all this?
In Army of the Dead, one of the actors wasn't there.
Oh
ever.
yes, yeah.
Hannah says you can't tell. You can tell.
But yeah, I thought it was a perfect film. I just there were issues that I had with it. I kind of talked briefly with you about it. I say briefly, the fucking text was that big. A chunk of
longer
it,
text, don't worry.
yeah, I've a chunk of it was the stuff that I really liked, and then with just little bits that kind of just knocked
And
me a bit.
I also didn't disagree with any of those
No,
issues.
and that's-
I have
Just
them as
well, briefly, what words? I want to see if there's like
just
ones.
a few sort of plot points and things, but all in all, I thought it was a great film.
I think I know what it is.
So yeah, it's one of those things. For me, I did think about this a bit because there was a few different films. Not that I saw masses last year. I didn't go to the cinema much, obviously, but for me, Shang-Chi.
That's my honourable mention.
Yeah,
It's my honourable mention as
I
well.
thought it might be.
We're a
not.
predictable bunch.
It's not my honourable mention.
No, okay.
But we'll get to that.
I'm intrigued.
Do you want my honourable mention now?
Well, tell us about Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
Talk about
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
I just thought was a really well made film. I thought it was very well crafted. I loved speaking of spoilers, I'm going to do just a quick spoiler for this. I loved the fact that Tony was back in it. Is it Tony? No.
No,
Trevor. Sorry,
Zachary.
Trevor.
I was like, who the fuck
Sorry,
is Tony?
Trevor.
Stark.
I thought that. Yeah, I thought he was just fantastic in it,
Yeah.
and I loved the fact that that was a surprise.
Trevor, the actor.
The actor. I just was Shang-Chi this year. Yes.
It was only in September.
No, it's not
Well,
this year.
It was last year.
That's this show.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna-
the idea of the
it
show.
was
Best of
only
last year.
September, so it was like 4 months ago.
So yeah, I just thought it was really well done. I loved the sort of the action sequences and the way that they put across the true kind of martial arts styles and everything, and I thought that was very well done. I was worried before it that that Awkwafina's character was going to be just comic relief for the sake of being comic relief.
Me too. I was worried she was going to be irritating as shit, as
And-
characters like hers usually are. But thankfully, she was not.
Yeah,
she wasn't.
it was. She did it very well, and I thought it was very well played out across the board. Some fantastic characters, some new people that obviously a good chunk of us know nothing about, and it was really nice to kind of go in with that. Obviously we've had all of the wonderful Marvel films that have been, Iron Man and this, that, and the other, and and we kind of have knowledge of that, and it's then sort of seeing how those actors portray people that we think we know very well, or characters that we know very well. But this was very much a kind of a film of, I know nothing about these people, so
Yeah.
what you're showing me is really getting me in depth with those characters. So yeah, so I thought it was very well done, and I loved it. I thought it was great.
I will say though, when Iron Man came out, no one knew who fucking Iron Man was.
No.
Very few people knew who Iron Man was. He
I
was
had
a
a vague
DIY
idea.
character at best.
To me, he was that guy that every now and then shows up in the Spider-Man cartoon. That's who he was.
I mean,
to
I
me.
knew who Iron Man was. I
Yeah.
didn't know that much about him, but obviously the general population.
Plus
wouldn't have
Morris
known
was
who Iron Man
adorable.
was. Morris was adorable.
I would just say I agree with everything you say about that film, Rich. I don't have anything bad to say about Shang-Chi at all. And if No Way Home hadn't existed, that would have been my
Same.
pick.
Yeah.
And now
So
is it
why
not
is-
your honourable mention?
I'll get to it. I'll get to why.
Okay. So yeah, so that's it. That's why I've chosen Shang-Chi.
Good reasons. It's a very good movie. It's everything you just said is why it's my honourable mention. Yeah, I think it was great. The action was awesome. In particular, that bus fight.
Oh,
fucking hell.
so good.
Yeah.
Do you know? Do you know the guy who's like vlogging it?
Yeah.
He was in Homecoming.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's cool. He was in You as well.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was he?
was.
I should
Did he
probably
buy you a
talk
drink
to
first?
Yeah.
Has anyone seen that interview with someone trying to say on the news, explain that they were talking about something on the show You?
No.
I have seen it.
It's just this woman couldn't grasp the
Didn't get
concept
it.
that the person wasn't talking about her.
Oh no, I think I have seen that.
There is a
yeah.
show on Netflix called You. I was like,
Yeah.
You mean there's a show on Netflix called Barbara, whatever her name was? She's like,
No.
no. And in the end, he went, forget it. I can't deal with this.
I would have just assumed like you are winding me up because I refuse to believe you are this thick. You are trying to wind me up.
This is why I can never go on national television, because I will call beloved people like morons.
Yeah, I will. I won't use a one per show for this, but I would call them a one per show.
Yes.
We might need it later. I don't know.
We might do. Who knows?
I mean,
I'll make sure we do.
I'm surprised I'm not the one per show for not choosing Spider-Man.
I would never go that far for somebody's opinion.
That's not true.
It's not true at all. I would never go that far for Rich's opinion on a movie.
Okay, fair enough.
There we go. There are many opinions. In fact, for somebody's opinion on... Well, it was the Letitia Wright scenario, wasn't it? Yes, that was her opinion on something, and I used the one per show. Let's move on before I use it again.
I don't know what you're talking about. So let's
She's
move
an
on.
anti-vaxxer.
She's an
Oh.
inspector.
So
Yeah.
Black Panther's been delayed.
Don't use it.
What
We've used it for her once before.
She doesn't
Save
get it again.
She's a
She's not worth it.
She's a Novak Djokovic. How about that?
Hey, very good.
Anyway, Christian, what was your honourable mention?
So the reason that I'll start with the reason why I didn't pick Shang-Chi as the honourable mention, which is that for me, an honourable mention doesn't have to just be the second runner-up. An idea of an honourable mention is just something that you want to give an honourable mention to.
Yeah.
To be fair, it was meant to be a runner-up, not an honourable
We've
mention.
always called it honourable mention, so I'm sticking with that.
I mean, I've written it down.
You
As,
fucking
I've literally
tell him.
written best runner-up
See,
on my list.
we've always said honourable mention, so I'm sticking with that.
Hannah, as if that's ever stopped the boys before.
Anyway, it was No Time to Die.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that
Haven't
didn't even
seen
go
it.
looking for me.
So I really enjoyed my time with that film, and when I think back to I want to watch it again. So that's already an idea that it's done something for me. I feel I saw it came out on Blu-ray and went, oh, I want this.
I need to watch it.
So with that, I just had a really good time with that film. I thought it was a really good Bond film, a good action film. I enjoyed talking about it afterwards. I just enjoyed the experience of watching it, and so that's the obvious reason as to why it was going. It was always on my list of I want this to be in there. So
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, this is why No Time to Die. I say yeah, Shang-Chi I thought was great, and there's many good things I could say about Shang-Chi, and I could have picked it as any one of them, but no, I settled on No Time to Die. I had a really good time with that film.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I didn't even consider. It's one of those films. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing the Abbott one on it as well. I have very little desire to watch it again. To be fair, I think with those, it's the same with all Craig Bond movies, though. Not to say that they're bad, although some of them are.
Craig Bond just sounds like his name.
It's like
I honestly thought you got his name wrong.
it's James Bond's brother who wasn't going to be a spy, he's just like a PCSO.
It's like 009
traffic
or
warden.
Name's
something.
Bond. Craig Bond.
Unless you met Craig.
But they're really long and they're really slow, and like that's not an issue. Like when you're watching it the first time, they're
You're
great.
just
It's like
describing me.
and it's like a great atmosphere and anything. But for rewatches, it makes them quite hard, quite.
Typically, I would agree with you as well, but
Oh, it's fair enough. Like I understand, like it was a great movie, but I just have no urge to see it again. Whereas Shang-Chi, I've already watched multiple times. I've seen No Way Home multiple times. I'm going to, even though it's kind of slow again, next week, as soon as it comes out, Wednesday, I'm going to be watching Eternals. Well, not on Wednesday, I'm busy. But I will be
forward to
watching
seeing it.
Eternals again.
Have you
And
not seen it at all?
Oh, is Eternals Disney Plus on Wednesday?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I see it.
Hey, Extreme Sports.
Yo,
Watching it now so far, episode
We've
1.
moved
We've
on from
moved
that.
on. We're not
Yes.
talking about Boba
No,
Fett
no,
anymore,
no.
I'm afraid. We're talking about our favourite things of the year. So
Yes.
chime in if you have some. Movie, TV show, game.
so far, Spider-Man, James Bond, Rich is wrong. Right.
Yeah.
That's
He's not wrong
No,
because
I
he
know.
chose Shang-Chi. It's
I'm only
another Marvel
kidding.
movie, so it's acceptable.
Correct by default.
Yeah, exactly. It's Marvel Studios, so it's always correct. What was your runner-up, Rich? As mine and Charlie was both
Mine,
Shang-Chi.
I'll actually say. So I didn't see tons of films this year. So for me, I was so pleasantly surprised by. Oh, dear Lord, I was
Christ.
so pleasantly surprised by Free Guy.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Figure
yeah.
out
I thought it was such a
didn't
funny,
even think
very
about that.
well made film.
What a very over-dramatic way to reach you,
It
drama
made your,
queen.
It made your arm look about 2 meters long.
I loved the actual
remember
gaming
that
references and things like that. I just thought it was very well done, and granted it's not in the game of the year because it's obviously not last year, but Fortnite, having played so much Fortnite with my son recently, it's something that
It's also forbidden from ever being game of the
Shut
year.
up. It's my honourable mention. So basically it's just something that okay. I just all the references to that kind of culture and everything. I love the fact that Jacksepticeye and Dan TDM were in it. And,
Yeah, I love
all of
that.
stuff. Was brilliant. I thought I can't remember her name. Jodie, is it Jodie?
Jodie Comer.
Jodie Comer. That's it. I
She's
thought she was
very good.
Yeah,
She is very good.
I mean, she's very good in general, but yeah, I thought she was brilliant in it, and just Ryan Reynolds, and toward that bit towards the end with the other Ryan Reynolds, that's fucking hilarious.
That's it. And I can't remember his first name. What's Tiki? Is his first name?
Taika Waititi,
Oh yeah, that's,
Yeah.
he's
who's
always
great.
good.
I didn't think it was great of him. I thought it was good, but
It wasn't his best performance.
the thing is
He
that
did what
there's-
he needed to do for the film.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
exactly,
wasn't
yeah.
Jojo Rabbit,
no,
you know, but
which.
What a film.
That would have
Marvel.
been a very different
I don't
Free
know whether
Guy.
any. I meant to put this in the Discord the other day. I don't know whether anybody has noticed, but Jojo Rabbit is on Disney Plus now.
Is
If
it?
you have not watched
Start.
it, please
Watch
watch
it.
it. It is a phenomenal film. Taika Waititi,
you know-
absolutely brilliant.
As Hitler.
on this show last year,
It's,
you know,
it is,
what-
you should
Please
watch it.
watch
No,
it.
I know. I need
Please
to see
watch
it.
it.
on
I've
this
just
show
gone around.
last year, Rich mentioned that being your film of the year,
Mm.
and I said I hadn't seen it, and he explained it to me, and I made some really inappropriate joke. And-
You?
yeah, I know, right?
I remember the joke.
You remember
I
the
don't
joke?
remember the joke.
I
No, I won't
don't
repeat
I don't think we
it. It was horrendous, even by my standards.
I'm
And
slightly
I-
worried by the fact he just went like that.
So I went and watched it on Rich's recommendation, and yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
Honestly, go watch it. It's brilliant.
It's something I will say. It's a lot more of an emotional film than you would ever have given it credit for.
100%. It kind of comes out of fucking nowhere
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
You're
yeah.
like, oh my god.
But it's a masterpiece. I honestly think it's a phenomenal film. It's made me go. Me and Katie both watched another of Taika Waititi's film on the back of that because we thought this guy really is a masterpiece in terms of directing and
Wilder
what he's
People?
got. Yes, Hunt for the Wilder People. Great, a really really good and interesting film. Not as good as Jojo Rabbit, but really really good. And I thought Sam Neill's character in that was, or Sam Neill's portrayal of that character was really good as well. But yeah, definitely watch it.
Excellent. I agree. I love how we've gone for a 2019 movie instead.
TV shows?
TV show is next, so I'm going to
Hang on,
start.
do we know what Charlie? What was your honourable mention?
Shang-Chi.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm going to start with Chris this time. What was your TV show of the year? I shouldn't have done that. It's probably the same as most of ours.
I had to really think about this one, actually. I had to really think about this one. WandaVision.
Oh, fucking hell.
I settled on WandaVision. And
I wasn't expecting that.
kind of with the same idea of...
Me too.
Oh, shit, son. Okay.
So, for me, the reason behind this was the thinking behind this is kind of the same thing as No Way Home, was the excitement of every week of WandaVision, of the fan theories we all had around trying to work out what was going on with that show.
That's kind of why I didn't pick it, because none of them were true. And what actually happened was less interesting.
Okay.
That's an opinion,
Yes,
obviously.
and some sort of a fair point, but where I feel like this show is more about this show is about our favourite experience of the year so much as what's critically the best.
No, 100%.
So,
Yeah.
Like that experience for me, when I think back to the last,
Which is where my game might confuse some of you.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
as long as it's from 2021, it's fine. It won't be.
That's the confusing bit.
I mean, it literally has to be.
It
That's
has
the
to be.
rules. Yeah.
We will
Fuck the
end
police.
you.
Well, yeah, we will disavow it if it's not from 2021.
I don't know what happens, but point is the whole experience around WandaVision is the thing that stood out to me. So I just remember having a really good time with and trying to work with that out, and it's kind of spawned what's been the channel for us for the past year as well.
Yeah.
The channel was completely different before WandaVision, and the way we chose to tackle WandaVision and the conversations that started with all you guys. So that alone is kind of, I'm going to give it an extra credit for that. So,
That's fair.
I enjoyed, I mean, obviously all the other Marvel TV shows are going to come into conversation, and I enjoyed them all. But there were some other things as well I needed to take. Some other shows I watched this year, which I also really wanted to talk about. So
I couldn't think of a single one.
it's fair enough.
I did at the end, but it was just like none of them were my
But yeah,
favourite.
It was rough, wasn't it?
WandaVision
They were,
was
but-
absolutely the when I think back, what was my favourite time of watching a TV show this year? It was WandaVision.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, I loved how each episode was so stylistically different, particularly if you look at 1 and then look at 6. You know, I really loved that. I loved seeing something Marvel that was so different from the right superhero gets together to fight a villain, has an existential crisis, then someone externally convinces him that no, you're doing a good job, and he goes and beats them. You know, as much as I love Marvel, that's generally the plot of most things Marvel, and this was just so much deeper than that. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Haven't got too much to add more than what you said, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, until very recently, it was my top spot. I wrote these down ages ago, and I've been changing them as things go, as new things come out and what have you. Because Shang-Chi was in my top spot for ages, and then we got thwipped into a new realm.
So is it your honourable mention or?
No,
No, okay.
it got written off completely.
I will say it's my honourable mention for the same sort of principles. I obviously coming to the channel and it sort of really sort of kick-starting what we sort of started doing in 2021 was fantastic, and just the differences in the shows, the kind of the different cinematic ideals and stuff,
with each
and obviously
episode.
and that, you know, that was one of the things I loved about watching the first few episodes of our show with us, of you going through, you know, your love of I Love Lucy and all that kind of, you know, and the Dick Van Dyke Show, and you know, and how you saw it slightly differently to like I saw it. So it's something that certainly I thought it was a great show. I will say that, and I think probably your choice, I could be wrong, but for me we're sort of going back and forth between, but that is my honourable mention.
Nice. Yeah, to be fair, when I was thinking of it, I wasn't thinking of anything external other than my enjoyment of the show. And I love WandaVision. It could be, as I said, it was my top spot for a very long time. But there were just things I would change.
So what'd you settle on? What's your...
My pick is Hawkeye. Obviously. Yeah. I just think it was better. I think it was it's obviously not a deep story or as interesting a story, but I think it was better told.
From a critical point of view, like analysing it in that sense,
yeah,
I totally
know.
agree.
Yeah. But this is just why I enjoyed Hawkeye more.
Yeah.
I think that obviously stellar performances, stellar action scenes. Like WandaVision is still up there in terms of is very close behind Hawkeye in terms of the best MCU shows we've had, largely because the others were a bit. But yeah, Hawkeye was excellent. You gave me Pym arrows. That's all I need.
Yeah, fair.
That's all I need.
That
Both ways. I wasn't expecting it both ways.
I'm not going to say that.
You said enough.
It's the implication.
Exactly. That's what she said. No, hang on.
I don't really have much more to that. Obviously, they brought King Pym back. Spoilers.
Yeah.
But I was just, which fucking excites me, and obviously No Way Home did something as well, which for the same reason excites me very much going forward with this stuff. So yeah, I was just very excited watching Hawkeye, and
That was my honourable mention.
it's the first time that we had an MCU show that fucking it stuck the landing. It didn't drop
Yeah,
the ball at the
I
end.
agree entirely.
So it was just that little bit of excitement
big
watching
tree.
the finale and going, "Oh shit, that was actually good."
Yeah.
As opposed to every other one has kind of dropped it for the finale, especially Loki, which was just a conversation.
Just very quickly to do with the finale of it, I've because obviously having now gone and watched Spider-Man, I then have been watching you three talking about it on the show, and obviously everybody in the comments and stuff. And there was a moment where you guys were sort of like, you know, it's sort of gearing towards the fact that, you know, some people on the internet are saying that Spider-Man might be in the finale because it's at the end. It's, you know, and obviously you were sort of going, I don't think it's going to happen, but, you know, and obviously it's
see
the
how the
Rockefeller
pieces are put
Center, and
together.
yeah, exactly, yeah, definitely. So that was quite interesting. That just sort of came up.
Yeah, to be fair, I've kind of gotten to a point where I hate the internet for all this speculation now.
Yeah.
Because all they do is over-speculate
They're
and
doing it with-
over-speculate and then criticise it
Yeah,
for
they're doing it with
not
Morbius
being
now.
there. They're doing it with what?
With Morbius.
I mean, Morbius is just going to be.
Oh
shit
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
so-
They're doing.
Morbius might be good.
Andrew
so-
Garfield's now in it
The
apparently.
reason it's been
Oh, for
delayed,
pity's
apparently,
sake.
they're saying the reason it's been delayed is because they're putting Andrew Garfield in it. As if
Really?
that's how they make movies.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, the reason they've delayed it is also nonsense, but
We are more likely to see Bill Murray as Garfield the cat than we are as Aaron and see Andrew Garfield in that.
I agree.
Rich, what was your then?
So, shocker, mine isn't a Marvel property.
Neither's my honourable mention.
Oh.
Neither's my honourable mention.
Oh. So mine is actually a show called, which was on Disney Plus, Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, I've seen the
You've
first
not seen
episode
it?
of that.
No.
It's my honourable mention.
Oh, is it really?
Yep.
I didn't know you'd watched it.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, what did you say?
I've seen the first episode of that. So far, very good.
It's fucking excellent.
It's an amazing show. I
Never heard
really
of it.
love it.
Well, I have heard of it.
Yeah,
'cause
'cause
you
I've
mentioned
told
it
you, yeah,
before,
yeah.
but as I've never even seen like a poster for it. Or
So I thought it was a fantastically well made show that Katie and I just fell in love with, and we don't really binge watch much. You know, obviously a lot of the stuff we watch for the channel is each week and so forth, but there's not many TV shows that we sort of, you know, like Squid Game or anything like that I then go, oh, you know, this is amazing, blah blah. But we sat there and we watched on a Sunday afternoon where our son was sort of just playing games and bits and pieces. We were downstairs and we were like, all right, let's put that on now. Honestly, about 3 hours later, we'd watched the first I think it was 5 or 6 episodes, and that was all there was up until that point. Honestly, if all of the series was on there, we probably would have watched it all. It's a phenomenally well-made film, series, and basically it's Steve. For those who don't know, it's Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez.
so far,
So.
not a good selling point
It's
on
very good.
any of the three counts.
No, fair. Okay, but they are very, very good together in it,
Yep.
and their sort of difference between them actually works so brilliantly.
Yep.
And it's all it is it's a group of people that are into podcasts and they listen to the same murder mystery podcast. There is then
Well, it's a true crime podcast.
sorry, yes, yeah. Well, murder mystery, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like it's based off real
it's
murders.
a true,
not-
yeah,
Murder
it's a true,
mystery
true
implies
crime,
fiction,
true
doesn't it?
crime,
Yeah.
yeah. And basically, there is then a murder in their building, and they start making a podcast about the murder that's in their building and trying to solve it themselves. And so they make this true crime podcast about the thing that's happened in their building, and it's just. The different episodes work so well and just keep you enticed. There is one episode which I'm not going to spoil anything because obviously Charlie, you're going to go through it all. But there is effectively a disability that someone has, and that is portrayed so
I know
well.
exactly what you're talking
So
about. It is
well.
incredible.
So if you haven't watched it, please give it a go. As I say, Katie loved it. I loved it as well, and I'm glad to hear that Christian did as well.
Yeah, so my mum actually recommended it to me.
Oh, really?
We've discussed on this channel before at some point that I like murder mysteries and I can't remember what we were talking about. What the fuck was it we were doing where we were talking about
Probably the what if Ant-Man.
It was, I think.
Yes,
Yeah. So it's discussing that I like those kind of things. So and my mum's well into them. So she suggested it to me, and Cameron and I looked at something to watch. I will give it a go. And I remember the first episode, our initial reaction being like, that was a bit weird. I'm not sure how I feel about this yet. But having enough intrigue to go, should we watch the next one? We'll watch the next one. Because it was like, I'm intrigued to see where this is going to go. And it's, it's very good. Each episode ends in a way where it's like, I want to see where this is going next. It knew how to make a series. One of the things we've been critiquing Marvel for, of not really knowing how to structure a series, this does really well.
Yeah.
I do think it had a few tiny issues as a murder mystery thing, where it kind of, when I think to all my favourite murder mysteries shows, what always makes my favourite ones good is that they give you the ability to work it out yourself. You just don't necessarily work it out yourself. Whereas this one just doesn't do it. It kind of just tells you the answer before you could have had the chance to work it out. Doesn't always give you all the clues, which I found a little bit frustrating, but that was my only flaw with it. Otherwise, I thought it was really good. As you said, I think the characters work really well together.
Yeah.
It was an interesting plot. It was funny when it needed to be funny.
Yeah, agree
it
entirely.
It was serious when it needed to be serious. It was somber in a few places.
Yeah.
Like, everything was done very well. And there was a few bits that were a little bit kind of like, a little bit disturbing as well. There was some weird stuff in it.
100%.
Yeah, I had a really good time with that. And they're doing a season 2, and I'm looking forward to watching it.
Yeah.
I can guarantee I ask you this every time you mention the words murder mystery. Have you seen Knives Out?
Again, no.
Fucking incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really, really good.
There are
Incredible, and it's a murder
And it's
mystery.
David Craig.
There are many of
Daniel
these things
Craig.
which I'm well aware I need to see. I'm just shit at making the time to see them. But like,
I think it's...
what we need to do is organise doing them. If we organise doing them on the show,
Yeah.
that kind of forces me to watch them. So we need
That's
to do
true.
this more.
Well,
Although I
pretend.
already can't
Idea.
remember what the last one. Oh, Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah.
I'm happy with doing Jojo Rabbit and Knives Out.
Yes.
Right, well, there you go. We got
What a time!
got some gaps to fill at some point.
As
so
opposed
we'll
to
do
Fast
that.
and Furious? No.
Unfortunately, if we come up with 9, I'm happy.
Yeah.
By Tuesday, though.
Okay.
So,
But yeah, it was my honourable mention. It was always
Awesome.
on my list of one I want to talk about. I had a really good time with that show.
Cool, good.
nice. My honourable mention will be a show none of you have ever heard of, probably. It's called Midnight Mass.
Oh, yeah, we took... Yeah, you've been really liking that, haven't you?
Isn't that where you go at Christmas?
Yeah.
It is. Yes.
That's his favourite
I have
show from
seen
you.
this advertised, I think, but I don't know what the fuck it is.
It's where you go at Christmas.
It's odd, is
Ooh,
what
what?
it is.
Is it a horror-y?
It is, yeah. It's
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, same.
it's psychological horror. It's not actual horror.
I'm in. Tell me more.
It's basically set on a really tiny island, maybe like a population of like 50 to 100 people, off of New York somewhere or something, which is incredibly religious little island. One of the main characters you follow for a part of the show is just come back from prison after drink driving and killing a girl and
Okay.
completely revoking any form of sense of religion, and it's all about this stuff. What do you call him? Priest or the pastor? They call him something very specific, Monsignor or something. I don't understand religious terms.
That one.
Has seemingly he went on some form of retreat because he was losing his mind with just age. It was coming down with like dementia or Alzheimer's, and then in his place, this new mysterious, much younger priest comes back in his stead, and just everything goes to shit very quickly, and it's really good. It's by the same guy who did The Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, I'm watching it.
And Bly Manor.
Oh, I'm
it was
100% watching it.
Very
Any
good.
famous people?
Rahul Cooley.
Oh, right, yeah.
Or Coley, he's in it. He plays the sheriff. He actually plays a big part because him and his family in the show are the only non-white people, and
Okay.
B, the only Muslims.
Right, okay.
In a small, very small, tight-knit, everyone knows everyone that...
And I'm sure they're
everything
welcome
that's
with
going
open
on.
arms and everyone's very tolerant
Exactly.
of
It's
it.
very-
Yeah.
Can I just say, that estate agent did very well to sell them a house.
It goes into the plot as to why he's there. It goes into the plot as to why he's there.
Okay.
But I think it's really good. It's really well written. It's really well paced. It's all kind of like what Christian was saying about Murder in the Building. Was that it was you're always left like, what the fuck? I want to know. I need to know what
Okay.
has happened. What's happened? And it's just this massive mystery, but kind of a horror. Not really so much. And it kind of, I don't know how to phrase this without it sounding psychopathic.
He enjoyed the killing.
No.
I would argue if you preface a sentence with the sentence, I don't know how to phrase this without
No,
it
I
sounding
just mean-
psychopathic, by default it sounds psychopathic.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
You can say
I don't know how
anything
to
now.
phrase it. It
I can't
points.
say anything at all. Psychopathic.
So I basically just want to phrase it. It doesn't like take a jab at religion. It takes a jab at religious extremists, I should say.
Which, yeah.
Yeah.
They deserve having jabs.
Well, yes, exactly. But it's just like basically a lot of the horror aspects come from these people being far too fucking Christian.
Right.
like just not in a healthy
Okay.
way. In a you don't deserve to live if you don't follow our.
Have you seen
beliefs
Boy
and-
Erased?
No.
It's based on a true story about a guy from a very religious family who's gay and is sent to a conversion
Oh, I
camp
know.
to
Yeah,
be
yeah, I know.
cured. Flee from the Red Hot Chili Peppers plays one of the counsellors.
Oh,
of the camp.
really?
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you said they flee from the Red Hot Chili
Yes!
Peppers.
What a plot point that is.
It's a really
Amazing.
weird show, Jack.
You just hear like
Movie, sorry.
Run away.
Chad Smith just swats you with a drumstick.
Unlike Fast and Furious, you can actually stream Knives Out and Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We wanted to watch Fast and Furious, okay?
Christian has never watched Fast and Furious, and it's time he did.
I mean, he's never watched Knives Out or Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, yeah, that's true. 100% true.
Yes, but we've already discussed about doing those as
Yes,
well.
yes,
and
we will do
We
those.
have many a Saturday to film.
I mean, look, at this
And
rate,
music
we're going to
videos.
get bored of Boba Fett.
I'm disappointed to hear this because I've not watched any Boba Fett yet.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's
I can't
all right.
imagine it's going to get my.
The first one wasn't great. The second one was all right.
Well, you were saying about sort of it keeps you intrigued wanting to watch next episode. Yesterday, me and Lizzie finished that Stay Close. It's like basically a BBC drama. It's a
Oh,
Netflix
yeah.
original. But
I
it's,
know what
it's,
this is.
it was okay. It wasn't. People are raving about it. I thought it was all right, but that had me very much. I want to know what happens next, which I guess is something good in itself.
Whose honourable mention haven't we done?
We've done them all, haven't
I think.
Mine was
possibly.
Hawkeye.
we? Yeah.
Oh, I'll shut my face.
So I think that was everything. I highly recommend Midnight Mass to everyone. It seems
watch
that
that.
you're going to watch that because obviously Mike Flanagan is the guy. And if you're interested in anything more psychological horror than actual horror, then definitely keep an eye out on Mike Flanagan. He does a lot of stuff.
I do apologise, but that won't be one I'm watching.
Fair enough.
You don't have to apologise for that.
We can not watch
last,
it together.
The last thing you
fun.
recommended to me as a series was Invincible. So that was fantastic. So I will be.
It was fantastic.
The
Unfortunately,
most bloody cartoon.
Oh shit! That was this year.
Oh, shit!
I retract everything.
You can't. It's too late. You said
I
it now.
retract everything. My honourable mention is Hawkeye. And my show of the year is
Would you actually?
Invincible.
Would you put it above?
Yeah.
Your show of the year was Invincible. Of course, yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
was
would.
this year.
100%. I thought that was 2020.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
last few
Shit.
years have been a fucking train wreck.
All I'm saying
Yeah.
is, can't be that good. You would have remembered.
No,
I think I
just
still
don't
took-
remember things. I
I
didn't
still
I
still
don't
remember
remember
remember.
anything.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, Invincible's my
thought
my
it was
top.
2020.
One mention my invention. Fuck off, Hawkeye. Sorry, done.
No, I'm sticking with my two.
Yeah, mine
but
is unchanged. Mainly because I've not seen. Sorry, I've not seen Invincible. Sorry.
yeah,
I think Invincible was excellent.
It was fantastic.
oh,
That's really annoying.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was really good as well.
Brilliant. Actually, I'd probably even then still keep Midnight Mass as my runner-up. It would just be Invincible, Midnight Mass.
No
Damn,
Marvel.
I'm annoyed at myself. Huh?
No Marvel. Are you okay?
Yeah. I did have 2 in the movies, though.
Yeah, so much for your ongoing list throughout the year is what Hannah says.
I didn't say throughout the year. I said I started it a while ago. A while ago was
That's
August.
very true.
God, a while ago for me was a Monday. So
About 3 p.m. this afternoon.
Yeah, that's what I should have done. I should have. Well, not 3 p.m. this afternoon. I wouldn't have had much time to do anything. But like,
Yeah.
actually,
I would have been
recently-
annoyed at work if you'd started going, bear with me, customer.
I think actually is. What was
This
your
must be
favourite film?
sussed. This must be sussed. Anyway, we haven't started with Rich yet, so let's start with Rich for Video Game of the
Which
Year.
game of the year. So, I had to think about this really long and hard. Obviously, the guys can see my list, but there are 8 of them.
You're only supposed to have 2.
Yeah,
8.
no, I've written 8, but again, this was the idea of there being very much a what the hell have I played this year? I've played a lot of games, and I've probably but it was a really difficult choice. However, I am actually going to choose It Takes Two. I bloody loved that game.
As did many people.
Yes.
One game of the year, did it?
Yeah, one game of the year at the Game Awards. Oh my god. I thought it was So Sammy, I'm going to spoil his game of the year, which we're doing the read of the things later. But it was also It Takes Two, and we played through that game together. It is a wonderful co-op game that changes every single level and keeps you kind of in on the ideals of it. So just sort of changing the mechanics, changing the way that you approach it, and it's such a very good game. There are so many points of which it actually kind of tugs at your heartstrings. There is a moment in there that even reminded me of the last main section of The Last of Us 2. Which is an insane thing to say about a very cutesy co-op game, but it goes to show the level of which this game kind of goes to. It literally goes from just going around on a standard thing to literally going, I don't want to press the button to do this thing.
Okay, I was going to ask you to elaborate.
Yeah, so I don't want to press the button to do this
right,
thing.
that makes sense.
But it's just insane. Great graphics, great environments, and they change so much going from out in space doing lots of different... Yes, exactly. They go from out in space doing different bits and pieces where one of you changes size to kind of fit into areas to complete circuitry and this, that, and the other, to areas... Stop it.
Sorry, no, it's Christian. Don't tell me
Both
off.
of you. That's why I carried on wording it as I was wording it.
Quit pulling a face.
But to things like getting a honey gun that shoots this stuff that then you explode with some matches. It's really bizarre, but just so wonderful.
You need to stop making it sound so sexual.
I know. Shooting sticky stuff. But no, I just thought it was a wonderful, wonderful game, and I really do hope that at some point on a gaming stream that you two, for example, can play it. Because I think that you two, obviously, you know each other very well, and much like me and Sammy playing it, it's something that playing games together is a very precious thing, and why I love sort of going through with Sammy on so many co-op games, and why we've loved doing Back 4 Blood so much. And the only reason we are still playing is because... Well, we have to, but because we enjoy going through it with each other.
I would admit, playing video games with Jack is how we consummate.
Good.
Off camera.
Yeah.
And then we've...
It's the foreplay. But yeah, so that is my game of the year.
Nice. Charles.
My game of the year. This is one I thought was going
Oh, this is one where we're going to have to tell him off
Oh,
for breaking
yeah,
the
probably.
rules.
I was genuinely...
Going to power off.
Sorry, I've got 4 minutes and 55, 54... 54.
All right, you don't need to
do
run
a
it.
fucking countdown. Tell us your game that didn't
Right.
come out in 2021.
No, it did. I was really tempted to go Metal Gear Solid 2. No, it was Resident Evil 8.
Oh, okay.
Why is that confusing?
Because I know you guys don't like Resident Evil in the same way I do.
We literally streamed the entire
Yeah.
game.
And they enjoyed it.
But I've always had the impression that you just don't get out of it what I get out of it, which is fine. It's an acquired
We
taste.
absolutely don't. That's
Yeah,
fair.
so-
That doesn't mean it's going to be confusing.
Well, fair enough.
The,
I'm
No,
slightly
no,
worried as to what you get out of it, but
the whole point.
Yeah.
The whole point of the
Well,
show
Lady
is
Dimitrescu.
everyone's personal
Yeah, okay, good.
favourite experiences of the year.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
But yeah, that was
There
my-
are no wrong answers unless you don't say No Way Home.
Or if you say Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
I've always really enjoyed, particularly since the remakes have come out of Resi and they can play them on, it's just nice to play say the remakes, a classic game that doesn't feel like you're playing it on a toaster. It's just something really appealing about that. And what they did with 7 with the first person view, that shift, I really enjoyed. I actually preferred 7 to be honest, but what they carried on over into 8, I really enjoyed from each section of the game is very clearly signposted. You've got a new nemesis to take down. Nemesis, but you've got a new big bad to take down. I really like I like survival games. I like the puzzles that are thrown in. I just got a lot out of it, and I said after, I think I come on press start just after I rolled credits on it, and I said when I finished it, all I wanted to play was Resi 9, and yeah, I just had such good fun playing it for all the reasons I like all the other Resi games. So yeah, that was my
Cool.
Nice.
I am the only person who didn't play it here.
Oh,
That's fair. But again, horror, innit? Not your thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some horror games I'm not too bad with, but yeah, it is one that I actually would be interested in playing. If it was on Game Pass, I would play it.
It's worth a play.
Yeah,
definitely
It
worth
was
a play.
one
Yeah.
I'd actually considered on my list. I mean, it didn't make it, and it didn't take me
Yeah.
long to
I
think
wouldn't.
about
I would
it
have
to
been
go,
really surprised if you
This
guys
isn't
had.
making
Resident Evil?
it, but
No.
I didn't think about it.
Yeah,
But
I
did it-
thought about it as well. More of it would only there because we played it together.
We played together, so I had a good time playing.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
and I think this is one of the things with It Takes Two is that it was something that I played with Sam, and
Yeah.
it was a great thing. However, it's a great game
Yeah.
in general. But yeah, I would like to play it.
It's good.
Oh,
it's very,
heavens.
very good.
Heavens,
Yeah,
the big hairy man.
your playthrough of it was great. But when you were fighting Propeller Man, I started singing Weller Man, but Propeller Man come in the chat. Propeller Man come to bring the humanity.
That's the enemy that got them sued.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Stole the
nicked it
design.
straight out
Stole
of a
the
movie.
design, yeah.
Oh, okay. There's I remember when you were doing your sort of your last episode of it, and at the end when you're going through like the workshop.
I think that's
there's
when we
so
both
much
started to lose our patience.
It was,
with
and you
Right.
were like opening stuff. Stop reading that. And I remember watching. Go, guys, no, what are you doing? No, there's so much lore because I'd already completed it. I was like, there's so much lore you are missing out. And I'm like, I know it's a stream, but for the love of God, please read that note. But you were just storming through it, and yeah, it was a. I can remember though. You guys don't like it as much as me, so you probably don't actually care what's in that note.
I don't think it's so much that. I think at that point we had gotten the game itself had gotten less interesting because it was
Yeah.
just now running around corridors shooting things, and it's becoming the shooting mechanics.
Where we've got
aren't-
to with Back 4
They're
Blood.
not great.
The
It's on
shooting
the floor for some reason.
the shooting mechanics aren't exactly spectacular,
Nope.
and it was you're limited with ammo. So it was suddenly the high action section was still having limited ammo, so it just became irritating more than anything.
Yeah.
So then I just want to get through this. So I think that's the main reason why I was like, I'm not interested in anything else. Just get me through this now.
Yeah, games get a bit like that sometimes. And as much as I liked like Far Cry 6, towards the end of that, I was like, I don't know enough of this. There's so much of this game. I just want to be done with it. And now Lizzie's playing it, so I've got. I want to play Assassin's Creed. We get off of Far Cry.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Chris.
I really struggled with this. I don't think it's been a great year for games. There's not
Really?
I think it's been one of the worst years.
Yeah.
Really?
At least
Yeah.
for what the games I like. I'm
Yeah, exactly.
Sure
I'm
there
very
are-
limited on what games I like because anything like indie or like things like It Takes Two, I would never even consider the possibility of a chance. Maybe I would play it. Things like they just get written straight off. So
And-
what I like is just
Yeah, and what I want to emphasize there, that doesn't mean that they're bad games or anything like
No,
that.
it's just-
I would probably play them and enjoy them, but I haven't played them, so they can't be taken into account. So there's been a very limited amount of games I had a good time with. And again, it has to come back to what were the ones I had the best experiences with? I had to really think about it. Because every other year we've done this, there's been a standout. There's been a standout. Well, it was God of War. There's always been
Last
a
of Us
standout
2.
somewhere. Last of Us, Spider-Man, whatever. There's always been standout, obvious selections. That just hasn't been the case this year.
God of War and Spider-Man were in the same year.
Yes, but they were 1 and 2 on the ranking, weren't they?
No, they were. Yes.
Yes. So,
And they gave each other some competition for that.
Yeah.
Oh
top
yeah,
spot.
yeah.
but yeah, point is that there were like clear answers. I just haven't had that this year. And annoyingly, one of the ones that I first thought of did not come out this year. It just came to PS5 this year, but it didn't come out this year.
Yeah, but that counts.
Well, I was going to ask. I wasn't sure if it counts. So
That absolutely counts,
It's a
yeah.
potential honourable mention.
One of my honourable mentions is one that came out this
Yeah.
year on
So,
the console.
Well, my
the version you played of it came out
Yes.
this year, so I'd say
in which
that
case,
counts.
I will make that my honourable mention now. Then, which was Maneater.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the amount of fun you had on that stream.
I had fucking great fun playing
Yeah.
that game.
Have you played the DLC?
No,
yet?
only because I've not been able to justify
Yeah,
buying it. I'll
that's
wait
fine.
until it's cheaper.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
fully intend to.
Hashtag I'm a shark.
I'm a shark, or whatever it is.
Magic
carpet.
carpet.
The funniest thing about I'm a shark, it didn't even happen on Manatee stream. We were playing Ghost of Tsushima, and you were playing that in the
Yeah,
background.
how am I supposed to get that? I'm a shark or something like that.
Yeah,
Just lost
Yeah.
our mind.
yeah.
I had
properly
really,
cracked up.
really good fun with that game.
I think actually a lot of games this year were more about fun rather than being the
Yeah.
best games.
Experience or anything.
exactly. I think
Totally
there
agree.
were so many great fun games this year, and
Yeah.
that's why I liked it because like Last of Us. I've said this before. It's an amazing game. It's a truly phenomenal game. It's not a fun game to play. I do not enjoy playing Last of Us
Yeah.
1 or 2.
No, I agree with that.
But it's still something that you have to play because it is such a good game.
I've really struggled. My original honorable mention was going to be Kano,
Yes, amazing game.
but I've not. If I'm honest, to this point, I've not picked a top spot. There's two, and I just can't work out which one. Like, I'm gonna have to give it to both of them because I don't know how to pick. Because I've had equally good experiences with each for different reasons, which is
Breaking rules.
breaking rules.
They get a half point each.
Yeah, it's either going to be Far Cry 6 or Guardians.
Okay.
It's because I just had equally good time with both of them for different reasons. And when I think back over the last year of gaming, they're the two games I remember just being like, oh, fucking hell. Like, I'm
Flaming
really enjoying
cock.
playing these. The Flaming Cock.
That was very funny.
I've
hilarious.
really, really enjoyed my time with Far Cry 6 from start to finish. I get your critique of it. I just didn't have that issue.
Yeah.
I was just happily still playing it.
You got to remember as well, I was playing on a PS4.
Yeah. The only reason I
It was
stopped...
so fucking annoying to play on a PS4.
And the only reason I stopped playing it is because Guardians came out, which again I had a really good time with. So I think both of them were just also in a way for me kind of surprises. I was always expecting them to be good, but not expecting either of them to be as good as what they were.
Yeah.
So I had fantastic time with both of those games. I can't pick between them. I don't know which one I had a better time with, if I'm honest.
Fair.
That's fair. That's fair. I did. It was Guardians. Guys, I think stories, but I think a lot of Far Cry is fantastic. But I think for me, it was let down by like performances and story, and I just didn't care. I obviously had a great time playing it, but I like games with a story. That's what I like.
Yeah,
I
fair.
like story-based games. I like
Same.
big AAA, nice flowing games, and obviously. Far Cry, as good as it is a Ubisoft game, so it is clunky, and none
Yeah.
of the performances are great, and what have you.
The amount of time and Lucy's like, why is this happening? I'm Ubisoft.
Yes.
And she started to get it though. It was a glitch where I think basically her car was in the halfway through a tree, and she looked at me and went, Ubisoft? I went, Ubisoft.
We had the one where we were playing multiplayer together, where you were in a tuk-tuk. And you were like, come join me. And I walked around the corner and your tuk-tuk's just doing it. But it wasn't for you.
wasn't
for
for
me,
me, yeah.
it was just flipping around. It's fucking hilarious.
just a very, very quick press start interjection.
Dun, dun, dun,
That I meant to talk to you about sort of off screen, but have you seen that Ubisoft Plus is coming to Xbox? At the moment,
This doesn't help me.
I know. At the moment, it's not necessarily Game Pass, but that has neither been confirmed nor denied at the moment. But Ubisoft Plus is coming to Xbox.
I don't think it can come to PlayStation. That's the problem. The backwards compatibility isn't sufficient enough. But that
More
does
on that next
mean
week.
I might. It does mean I might never have to buy a Ubisoft game again, and this is quite
Yes.
enticing. Why couldn't it
But it
happen
could be.
before I bought every single Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Good Lord above.
Sorry, press start interjection.
That's absolutely fine. I did not know that.
No.
So I hadn't seen that. But Guardians, I think I really enjoyed the gameplay. I really enjoyed all the characters. I really enjoyed like the actual story, and I think it looked great. It felt great. I enjoyed going through I even just enjoyed going through getting the trophies and stuff. And for me, a massive nerd, that's important. Whether or not I like getting the trophies.
I have now got the platinum on it.
Oh, have you?
Well done.
I did a quick platinum cleanup the other day, and now I've posted it back, waiting for
Battlefield.
Battlefield to arrive. So
Nice.
but yeah, I got
All
the
that.
platinum. I just binged it and binged it. I had 2 to get. I spent like an hour and a bit just grinding it out.
Battlefield community at the moment is so toxic that the Reddit for it is apparently being shut down.
I press start interjection. Don't understand how that's newsworthy of IGN,
Yes.
but that's because IGN
Well,
is
it's because
trash.
IGN, yeah.
Yes. But anyway, yeah, I loved everything about Guardians, and the only reason I haven't platinumed it yet is because because I like story-based games, I find it harder to replay the games I like just because it's story-based.
Yeah.
I didn't finish the campaign on my second playthrough. I just got far enough to
got-
ping the
yeah.
trophies and went done.
That's what I did with The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I did a second playthrough to do collectibles because the one thing I hate is when it's just like on your first playthrough have this guide up. That's gonna ruin it, innit?
Yeah.
So I never do that, and I go for a second one, and then I got to like an hour away from the end of Last of Us Part 2, and I just pinged the last trophy and just went off.
Yeah. Delete.
Yeah.
With Guardians, I have it obviously at home. I bought it while it was on the Black Friday deals. Got a really good price on it, and I am looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I just haven't had the time with the other games that have been out and around since. But yeah, so very much looking forward to it because obviously you guys have spoke very highly of it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's good. But we all know what I'm like with things with Marvel. So the fact that
Yes.
it's Marvel obviously gives it an edge over Far Cry as well, to the point where I've been listening to audiobooks just because they're Marvel. I initially started listening to them, even though I was like, this is probably for 3-year-olds. And then it got to a statement where it was like, Craven bludgeoned his face in until his nose broke and blood spewed out. I was like, this is not for children. Okay, fair enough.
Very
It's one of
traumatised
those-
children,
I didn't
maybe.
know these existed, and I pitched it to you as an idea, not an actual idea we would do. This was ages ago. I was like, why is this not a thing? And it was audiobooks with acting, music, sound effects, that kind of stuff.
There's a very good Wolverine one, apparently.
Yeah, and this, I was just like, oh shit, these exist.
Do you
All
mean
right.
like they did with Neil Gaiman's Neverwhere and all those sorts of things?
I think they've done one with Sandman, but
Yeah,
it didn't
they have,
exist
yeah.
when I said it at the time.
but-
But anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy is my game of the year.
Cool.
Honourable mention.
I don't think any of our honourable mentions were were other people's top picks. So
No, well, my one I need to ask actually a question whether or not I'm allowed it, and if not,
I mean, I've broken some rules.
and if not, it's going to be Guardians. But
Metal Gear Solid 2 is not an answer.
no, the DLC for Ghost of Tsushima came out this year.
Yeah.
Can I have that?
I don't know. We've not discussed the options of DLCs in the past.
it's more of an expansion, isn't it?
Yeah.
Than a deal. It obviously that just means downloadable content. Arguably, every game is downloadable
Yeah.
content, but I'll allow
Yeah, I
it.
was going to say, I think
Yeah,
I'll
that's
allow
mine
it.
then. That's mine because the reason I like it, I got more Ghost of Tsushima and I like Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
There's nothing
That's-
else to say about that. There's
I
nothing
mean-
incredibly special about the story of the expansion pack. It's okay, but it gave me more of that game, and that was my first ever platinum, Ghost of Tsushima. So
Oh, yeah.
it's quite a special
Remember.
one to me.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
fucking excellent game.
fucking is. Yeah.
Yeah, so fair
Phenomenal.
play. Fair play. Can't argue with that. I haven't gotten around to it, but I also haven't gotten around to Frozen Wilds yet. So
Oh,
it
you
seems-
aren't going to enjoy it.
I will never get round to either of them because
No,
it's the
no,
sort of
they're
thing
right.
where you have to then fucking learn how to play the game again.
Exactly.
And it just
Yeah,
never works. I don't
and
like
I
doing
even
it.
went to replay, and it got to the point where I was like, I'm going to do New Game Plus and Horizon, and when I get there, I will do Frozen Wilds. And then I got about 3 hours in and went, I can't be fucked.
That's what
am-
I did basically.
I
I did do it in the end.
I'm fucking hyped for Forbidden West in
Yeah.
like
Oh, for
2
sure.
or 3 weeks, but I have no interest in playing that DLC.
Yeah, no, it's. I think if a DLC comes out more than a month after the games come out, I'm not
Pass.
going to play it.
Yeah.
It
And it
does
was-
not
wasn't
replay
it like a
well,
year?
that game.
I can
It
imagine.
was like March to like November or something. Yeah, so it was
so
most of a
stupid.
year. Yeah, so I mean,
Spider-Man did it right.
Spider-Man
DLC
did
first
smaller
came out.
DLCs more often,
Yeah.
and even then, I didn't play them until after they came out.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, I think I played them on the PS5 version.
I
think.
it's exactly the same
Yeah.
as me.
It might be the PS5, but I think it was the PS5 version. But anyway, yeah. What's your runner-up? Oh, you've already done. You have done your runner-up, haven't you?
Yes, it's Man-Eater now, was Kana.
Yeah. I am going to take liberties.
Got an entire
No,
life.
no. I'm not going to. Literally just saying names just quickly. Kana, Back for Blood because we've been playing it together. Ratchet and Clank was great, which I'm surprised wasn't sort of in the mix on that.
The reason why is because for me the best thing about Ratchet and Clank was a PS5 game. That was the best thing
fair
about
enough.
it.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
It was a good Ratchet and Clank
Yeah.
game, but it's not the best Ratchet and Clank game. So
Horizon 5, great looking game. I need to play more of it.
sorry, Forza. I was just like,
Sorry,
what?
missed 2, 3, and 4.
Traveling demon.
Forza Horizon was great, so that's all fantastic. Although I haven't played enough of it yet.
That's why it's not.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
haven't
same,
mentioned it.
same, exactly. Hot Wheels actually was a really good, fun driving game.
I heard really good things.
Yeah, it's really,
I heard
really good.
really good things about it.
Yeah. However, my two that I would say, obviously, I'm a big. Yes, I know, but I am. Shut up. It is us, almost live. So Halo Infinite. I am a big fan of Halo. They have shut your faces.
We've got trouble with Daddy.
Yeah, exactly. I will tell you off. Halo Infinite. Shocking release. We have gone through this. It was appalling. There were many things wrong with it.
You say it was appalling. It's still appalling.
Not
the
degrees.
game.
Some, yeah. However, I have really properly enjoyed
Well, you
this.
two shut the fuck up. You're like 12-year-old girls in a schoolyard giggling about boys.
Kind of what we're doing.
So I really enjoyed Halo, and actually the campaign was very good, and it is very, very, very different. I was very worried about how sort of the different style of game it was in comparison to the ones that I love very much, but it actually played out very well. It did finish too quickly, as in like all of a sudden it was just the end. However, I did properly enjoy it, and the multiplayer is actually really enjoyable, so lots of fun there as well. But I would say my actual honourable mention is Hades. Hades is a phenomenal game. Yeah, well, so
on console it was.
yeah. So
Okay,
PlayStation and Xbox, it was released and came to Game Pass. It was a game that I kind of had heard a lot of really good things about, and I obviously jumped on it when it went onto Game Pass. And I'm not normally a fan of roguelikes or
Roguelikes,
yeah, roguelikes.
It's
But
actually roguelite.
that's what I couldn't remember whether it was roguelite or roguelike.
I
Here's
thought
the
it was
problem.
roguelike because it's like Rogue.
But it's a light version of a rogue. I don't know. I don't.
Like the Souls-like.
Yes.
Yeah, but
there
there's
is
there's a proper like dungeon crawler rogue type game, and roguelites are. It's like a game with RPG elements, but it's not an RPG.
It's a roguelike. So, yeah. So Hades, not my normal sort of game. However, the storytelling is done so well in that game. The voiceover is phenomenal, absolutely fantastic, and it kept me coming back for wanting more of those conversations. The actual combat is phenomenally good, and you can choose different types of weapons. And I actually started to play through the other night on bow and arrow, which is very, very different to how I normally play it, which is usually
Best video game weapon.
very difficult in this though. And you play.
I didn't say it was easy.
Oh, yeah.
I said it was the best.
So normally I'm very much upfront, kind of either sword or
Oh, that's very bright.
rogue.
Roguelike plus roguelite.
Yeah, there are the two things, but
What?
it's rogue-like is what Sammy's saying about
Okay, but
Hades.
scroll up and it says roguelike plus light.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying they're both. My
yeah.
conclusion here is that you can
they're
get
both.
roguelike and roguelites. They're two. They both exist.
Yeah, they do
Sorry.
both. Yeah. But
Yeah, so
literally,
which-
rogue-like is what Hades is. Again, I'm very kind of close combat sort of thing. Normally with Hades, and I really enjoy the sort of manicness of it. Very button bashy. However, doing the bow and arrow, you have to be ranged.
Yeah.
And it's a very different way to play the game. I have still not completed this game because it is so hard. But it is still one of my favourite games of the year because it's so well done. As I say, the VO and everything, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, so that is my actual honourable mention. How about you, dear boy?
Fair enough. To what Sammy says is not the RPG. I was just using the RPG thing as an example to explain the thing. No, the confusion there came from I didn't think they were both things.
Oh no, they
I
are.
thought
Yeah.
it was just a mishearing.
No,
What's
they are.
the difference between the two then? Because I
So
just
a
thought it was-
roguelike is one of these, but I think there's a genre of game called lights.
Yeah,
right,
very
okay.
much so.
A roguelite is a game that is a roguelike and a light. So it's just become a roguelite.
Essentially, if you imagine a rogue type game, then it is a more approachable version of that. And I would
okay,
actually
right,
say that
I understand.
actually say that Hades is a bit of both because it is so much more approachable, but it's also
Unlike Returnal.
unlike Returnal.
Okay, that makes sense. I
Sorry,
understand
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's where my confusion was coming
Yeah,
from.
no, that's
But
cool.
anyway, my honourable mention was Halo Infinite.
Fair.
Fair. Booted off Far Cry, largely because Halo Infinite has everything I love about Far Cry, but it works.
And thwipping.
Huh?
And thwipping.
Thwipping, yes, I can
thwipping.
thwip. I can thwip quite satisfyingly.
You can whip and hang over there.
Yeah, you get a grapple hook and you can
Up and away, web.
Fly!
My precious.
Go, Web, go! Anyway, Shazam! Yeah, I really like this game. Other than I think the campaign was really good
Annoyingly.
until it didn't, until it wasn't. Like,
Yeah, all of a sudden
it was
it ended.
it was just like right. Basically, the campaign felt like it was about to ramp up to the end of Act 1 and just finished.
Sorry. Hannah's just said, you all kept saying rogue, and I zoned out, and I looked up, and I thought you were fighting it in a buffet car.
I really, really appreciate that. For numerous reasons, he will not get it.
Yeah,
No,
he won't get it at all.
What the fuck are you on about?
He doesn't get much though, to be fair, so I wouldn't feel bad about
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
What? Sorry, what?
It was a thing we were talking about on Boba Fett.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
There was a buffet car. There wasn't.
There wasn't a buffet car. They thought there was a buffet car. And as per everyone I'm sad when I find out there is not a buffet
Yeah,
car.
that's always disappointing.
You'll be pleased to know at my wedding there will be a buffet.
But is it a buffet car?
In a car.
I can try and make it happen.
Damn, you better well. Yeah. So I'm glad that you thought so highly of it, because obviously we've been a bit kind of
Yeah,
unsure.
I still don't ground that. I still don't shift from the fact that this is one of the worst game releases in history.
100% agree.
And I still think it's in a shoddy position.
Can't be worse than Cyberpunk. As far as releases go.
It's less for different reasons. So it's not that the game doesn't function. Like, yeah, there are bugs, but there are bugs in every game.
there are,
But more from there are so many features that are fundamentally Halo that are just missing.
Yeah.
And they've said they're coming later, like co-op.
Co-op.
Fuck off, really?
Yeah,
The
and
ability
Forge.
to replay missions.
What happens if you
But
need
yeah,
a
but-
sausage roll?
What?
What?
From the co-op?
Out of all the things you could have got from the co-op, you
Sausage
decided
roll is more of a
Shut
Greg's
up.
joke. That seemed like more of a Greg's joke. Who goes to the co-op for a sausage roll?
This has been the Rabbit Hole Show.
Exactly. Sammy, you go to Greg's 100%.
Anything else? Sorry.
But yeah, missing co-op, missing the ability to replay missions without doing the entire campaign
Yeah.
again. It was missing.
The multiplayer was missing
the
actual
proper
lobby playlists and bits.
The
Wait, now it has to
Forge,
fix that, mate.
which is a huge thing of Halo, is just not there.
So you
So pretty
cannot
much
create levels for
every element
multiplayer.
of Halo is missing from this game.
yeah.
But it goes to show how good it is.
That's the annoying thing, and that's why it's so annoying that it's such a good game. But yeah.
Thank you, Sammy.
I hard disagree. Nothing from the co-op is nice, but there's.
The branded stuff they just happen to sell is fine.
Fine. Let's
Oh, I
talk.
see what. Sorry, I thought about the co-op branded the stuff they
No,
happen
no,
to
I mean
sell.
like Pepsi is fine no matter where you buy it from.
Yeah, it's not like Pepsi's better from Sainsbury's than it is from co-op.
This
That's
was
what I mean.
about games.
You roll your eyes. We were talking about cereal on the
Yeah.
Boba
For
Fett
about
podcast.
20 minutes.
We were killing time.
By killing time.
We're not killing time. I've got to go home.
It's only 10 o'clock. This is hardly even the
By the
latest.
way, I
got
think
3
my
more hours
wife,
of this shit,
my,
Rich.
my wife has disappeared. I assume she's just gone from the chat, but whether she's just playing Sims and listening to this in the background or something, I don't know. But yeah,
To be
Soft
fair,
drink of the year.
soft drink of the year.
We,
let's
Apple
not.
Tango, obviously.
we spoiled Spider-Man for her, so
She's done. That's it. She honestly couldn't get.
Indeed. So Halo. And I like shooting people, so.
Yeah, and the gunplay is
aliens.
good.
The gunplay is always good in Halo.
Yeah.
The
There she is.
multiplayer is good. Now that they've actually added the ability to play the fucking game modes people want to play.
See, she doesn't care about that. She doesn't care about the spoilers either. Told you.
fair enough.
Do you want me to do the jingle,
I think
or
we
us to
all
do the
did.
jingle?
I was gonna. Yeah, multiplayer is always great. I love it. I love a bit of Halo multiplayer, and I've been playing a lot of Halo, so I like Halo. Halo.
Halo.
Hello.
Maybe that's why Katie's waving. He's
I hate
getting
having you
annoyed
here,
with
Charlie.
two.
I hate having you here,
He's
Charlie.
getting really annoyed with you two. You better watch out.
What did I do?
I just laughed.
Giggling and chatting,
He made a
being
joke.
I said
rude.
hello because you were saying hello. That's what I did.
Yeah, that was the joke we were making. So recycled humour again.
We said it first.
You said it first.
I think many people said it before you.
No.
Anyway, as Katie says.
Are we doing it? Reading
The things, reading the things. We can't read, but we're reading the things.
Some of you have written in with your favourite things of this year as well. Some of you have written way too much.
One of you has written way too much.
But we will get there. We're going to start off with our good friend Gozzy, or Matt in the chat as well.
Hey, bub.
With what he has written in. He says, I've prepared my choices for best of 2021. Really had to think about best TV show. My game of 2021 is the only game I bought last year, which is Jurassic World Evolution 2. Evolution? That's not a word. Evolution 2. I messed it up. Matt didn't mess it up. I messed it up. Big improvements on the previous game. So much more is part of the package this time, which makes me excited for what could come for the game in the future. Best TV show is Squid Game. There's not a TV show last year that didn't catch my attention like it did. Fun, tense, and just a joy to watch. Best movie, Shang-Chi or Spider-Man No Way Home. It's a toss-up, but No Way Home wins it for me just for how much of a delight it is. Delight. It was. I can't read.
And it is, in all fairness.
Where the lyrics come from.
Yeah.
I mean, at least it's not me. I would have cocked up literally the first line, so...
I did, I think. Moving on. We have more. We also have Hannah's TV show of the year, Squid Game.
It's almost like they're
It's almost like they're married.
Squid Game was good.
Devoured it, and I
You
didn't
got
watch it.
committed
Devoured
as
it in a couple of days. Made the mistake of watching the first few episodes dubbed, and was so much better in Korean with subtitles. Yeah, I've heard the dubbing is bad. I laughed, I cried. I totally guessed one of the twists in episode 1. I loved it. Really hope they don't screw the pooch in season 2.
There's twists.
Didn't even know that there. Yeah,
There's going to be a series 3.
Oh, I hate it when they fucking do that. It's like Avatar announcing 2 through 5 already, and Fantastic Beasts, because they announce all these movies, everyone goes, yeah, they released the first one, it's dog shit.
Well, from what everybody's been saying, and especially these two...
I don't mean Squid Game.
Yeah,
I mean
exactly, yeah.
the first one after they announce a shitload of
Oh,
things.
did you really? So Hannah's just said that they did their list completely separately.
Honorary mention, Alice in Borderland. Apparently this year I was into Asian dystopian game-based dramas. I've never heard of that.
I have heard of that, and I forgot that I meant to look that up because someone mentioned it and said it was really good, and I don't know anything about it. Whether it's based at all on like Alice in Wonderland, but
Yeah, I've never heard of it. Myself, film of the year, Matrix Resurrections. Just kidding. Don't even think that was Keanu's film of the year. Did you do more than one?
Even if he didn't, it sounds like it was.
Bill and Ted last year?
Might have been.
Yeah.
John Wick was supposed to be this year.
It was meant to be
Last
the
year.
same day
Yeah.
as The Matrix. And now
It's
it's been
now
delayed.
2023.
How's that? I don't understand how that's happened. For me, it has to be No Way Home. No explanation needed. Honorary mentions to Shang-Chi. Knew nothing about him going in. Absolutely loved it. And Encanto. It was just a great Disney film. But I
Need to
think
watch
last year I might have only seen about 6 new films. Obviously, Hannah doesn't play games, so she doesn't have a game option.
That's
Which is
cool.
fair enough. I don't have any more.
She did say that she powered up the PlayStation to watch us.
Yes.
On Twitch.
Yes. Yes. It was a great use of PlayStation.
Yeah.
I would argue that means we are selling units for Sony and that they should give us some kind of endorsement.
I think you'd be lucky.
I'd agree.
So do I.
I agree with both of your statements. I don't have any more. You've got Sammy's.
Oh, I did send that. Oh, did I not send that through to you? Okay, right. So, Sammy, I am going to do a revised...
Strap in, everyone.
Yeah, I am going to do a revised version of this because it is insanely long. So,
Does that make Admit won her game of the year? Yes.
yeah.
I'll fucking take that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I literally
Jesus,
is a...
I hadn't seen it. Fuck me! I had just been told.
Sammy, you've got a big list.
My end of year wrestling at bin weren't that long.
That's a fucking dissertation.
It is, yeah, 100%. Right, so I am going to try and sort of pick out the bits because I didn't even have time to read this in a year.
No one does.
No, exactly.
The great scholars studying this in about 500 years.
There'll be 4 skeletons here.
Yeah.
What's a Shang-Chi?
So film of the year is easy. Not a lot came out last year, and although I saw this year, this year, No Way Home was hands down the best film of 2021. So it goes into a lot of reasons as to why. I think the bottom line is, maybe I'll put this in the Discord so that obviously people can actually kind of read.
I was going to say, send it to me. I'll record a short video of me reading it, and I'll put that.
You
somewhere.
say short.
Well, yeah, all right. I'll record the longest video we've ever done.
A feature-length film. So basically just goes into the ideals of how good that film was, and you put across a lot of very good points. TV show of the year is a little trickier. I have watched a lot of TV this year. What We Do in the Shadows continue to be funny. Oh, by the way, really random thing about Boba Fett that I forgot to mention earlier. In the credits, I noticed that the first name that came up was Matt Berry. I was like, Matt Berry. And I was thinking, who is Matt Berry in that? He's the assistant droid that's at Boba's palace. But, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so Matt Berry is the droid. So anyway, What We Do in the Shadows continues to be funny, silly, and a little heartwarming at times. Doom Patrol is fucking bonkers. Witcher Series 2 made more sense than Series 1.
I haven't finished that yet. I'm still watching it.
Cool, okay, yeah, that's fine. Again, lots of information about it. I'm sorry, Sammy, I will just be quick on this.
We'll cover it. We'll cover it somehow.
Yeah, that's fine. However, it will probably come as no surprise that my show of the year is Hawkeye. Clint's portrayal was great. Again, lots of ideas as to why. But overall, Hawkeye did a fantastic job of giving us a look at Clint as well as introducing the new Hawkeye. We can't forget the MCU introduction to the Fat Man as well. I was there. Game of the year. Started thinking about it. I've played about the games I've played last year, and Usual Suspects popped up. Hades, Star Wars, Halo. But then I thought, actually, the game I had the most fun with, that surprised me the most, and that was consistently a great game throughout, was It Takes Two. Played it with Rich, and we both had a great time. It was so much fun. Again, just kind of goes into the ideals of why he really enjoyed it. Finishes it off with grab someone close to you and play it. I agree entirely. Oh God, they're actually grabbing each other. So thank you very much for. Thank you very much for sending that in, Sammy. Apologies for making it shorter, but I want to get home
The show's
this year.
already been an hour and 21 minutes. We don't have another 4. So, yeah, thank you everybody for writing in and sharing your favourite things with us and listening to us waffle about our favourite things as well. We like to do this every year.
And roses and whiskers on kittens.
These are a few of our favourite things. It's something about mints. Yes, thank you very much for joining. This has been the Rabbit Hole Show.
Yeah.
If you like what you're doing, or what you're doing is watching us, you can follow us on Twitter at rabbithole_UK. You can subscribe to us on YouTube, where you can see us anytime that you wish. You can follow us on Twitch at Rabbit Hole Media, and you can join the Discord for the chaos and carnage that is our conversations.
Indeed.
And now you can follow us on Instagram at rabbitholemedia_UK and on TikTok at rabbitholemedia for all the behind the scenes tits and bits.
See what was happening there was I was trying to warn you. I was trying to give you a heads up it was coming, and you were too busy being a twat, not realising it. And you distracted me from doing the tits.
Distracted
and bits.
me entirely.
And it all went tits up.
Jack, I'm sorry, I let you down.
It's okay. I don't blame you. I blame the fucking idiot on the end.
Don't beat yourself down.
Okay, right. Hannah has just said great show, but felt it was lacking food for a Rabbit Hole show. Okay, favourite food. Oh, what are you doing?
Getting food.
Oh dear Lord. I was just going to say, what's your favourite food of 2021?
in to kick the shit out of yourself on the table tonight, aren't you? You really are.
Rude.
If you would like to support us, and at this point, I don't understand why you would.
If you'd like to support us too.
Yeah, exactly. For a wide range of merchandise that will only get wider. And finally, if you're watching us live on Twitch and are an Amazon Prime member,
Would you shut up?
you're so loud.
Shut up!
Trying to be quiet.
Do it before the show!
You get one free Twitch Prime membership a month. Please find it within your heart to give that membership to us. It doesn't cost you a penny, but goes a very long way in helping Christians shut the fuck up.
Do you know what you also get one of? Can I just use it for these two?
Go for it.
Cunts!
I've got a Jammy Dodger.
I don't
That's
think I've
fine.
ever heard you say that word.
I think you have.
That's not a jammy dodger.
Where's the Bourbons?
Oh, they're probably in there. They're here.
Oh, yeah.
I want a Mickey.
Anyway.
This is a good idea, Hannah.
Cheers, Hannah. I've got a biscuit.
This was a bad idea.
Right, let's rate and rank these.
Well, these win.
No. That's fine.
I am just going to hijack for a second and just wish Katie, my wonderful wife, a very happy birthday tomorrow.
Happy
Birthday to you.
Happy
Birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Katie. Happy birthday to
You know what we should start doing before we do these songs? Pick a note we're going to harmonise. I don't know why.
Why bother? Why bother? Oh, goodness, indeed.
That's a fair response.
So happy birthdays for tomorrow.
Sorry to my wife for that horrendous noise.
So now I'm deaf. So hopefully a nice day tomorrow. Do a few bits and pieces. But yes,
That was a little giggle at the...
we may go bowling.
Might we? What now?
Yeah. No, we're too busy eating biscuits, it seems.
We can take them with us.
Oh, good plan. Banoffee pie.
What?
So we had a work outing a couple of weeks back.
Oh, do you guys work together?
Yeah.
Oh,
And basically there was the ongoing joke that we would finish at the escape room at probably about 10:30ish, and then basically
very funny joke.
And then basically he was trying to convince me to go after that to go and see Spider-Man.
Ah, okay.
And then it became a rolling thing of then that we would take a banoffee pie with us.
Jack likes
It's
banoffee pie.
not, yeah, he does. I like banoffee pie. I
Could
really
you
like
imagine
banoffee
me
pie.
in more of a heavenly ecstasy
100%.
than
You
watching
just sitting
Spider-Man
there.
eating a banoffee pie?
You could be getting a... No.
It's not as good as a banoffee fucking pie while
Besides-
watching Spider-Man.
Besides, I was there. He was.
A Blumpkin, huh?
And before Charlie disgraces us all any further, we're going to go and we're going to fire him. So, thanks everybody for watching. We will see
It's been
you
nice,
all
guys.
soon.
Cheers.
And
Yes, you
Sammy,
can.
we can go now. We apologise.
I love you all.
Tuesday.
All my
remember to
favourites.
do your homework for Tuesday of the Fast and the Furious, the Slow and the Patient. The Vin Diesel before You Look Like a Potato.
The particularly pooey shit. That's Need for Speed.
That's Need for Speed.
Yeah, sorry.
We're not doing that. No.
We're definitely not doing that.
Shit.
Yes.
Are you still there? No.
What the fuck? Even the TV's taking a piss.
Oh, Graham, the TV that we are looking at is turning off. There's too many screens with too many timers.
Oh, God.
Katie has said no, she will not do the homework for
Right.
for Fast and Furious.
That's
That's
absolutely
fine.
fine. True confession. Neither did I. It's fine.
Bye, love you.
Bye.